All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. It's Pastordowell. I had the question or statement that was asked of me, and I thought that since the question was asked, that I would go ahead and answer it because many other people may have the same question as well, or they need the same answer, excuse me. First of all, number one, the disclaimer or the disclosure is that I'm not a what you call a financial expert. So anything that I say on this video, I'm telling you what I would do and what I do. So I'm not giving financial advice or investment advice because we have this wicked country that steals any time that somebody has any words of wisdom to say to anyone in this world, they have a law against it. They have a law against it because the system is designed to protect itself. And you need to know that. And I know that many of you don't know that, and that's the reason why I'm here expressing this today. But anyway, the question was, is Pastor Dow, when you say get out of paper, what do you mean? When you mean get out of paper, do you mean cash? And the answer is no. As a matter of fact, the paper, and I'm going to define again, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs, CDs, anything that has to do with is an instrument as far as paper goes. That's what I would do. I wouldn't get into any of it whatsoever at all. I would only keep enough expenses in the bank, operating expenses to pay my bills and everything else. And the best safe that I use is my own personal safe. And I think it's a whole lot more secure because if it is not in your hands to where you can personally get it, then it's not yours. Somebody else owns it. And that's all there's to it. And anytime there's a glitch in this electronic system, your money, your wealth can be wiped away all in just a push of a button or power failure. But you need to store or at least have 6 months. This is what I would do. 6 months of cash on hand. If you can build up to that of operating expenses, because even in the collapse, the cash, even though it may not be too much of value, you'll still be able to purchase something, and you're not going to be able to go to the banks and other places. So you know what I would do, and what I do is I invest in real assets, hard assets, silver, gold, copper, food, shelter, guns, bullets, things like that, clothing. Things that has tangible value, animals. That's what I would do. Now, as far as the cash, it doesn't have any lick of value whatsoever at all. When you come to think about it, what a Ponzi scheme they pulled over on us. You go out here and you get in this extraordinary debt, credit card debt, or what, the stuff that's created out of thin air. You buy what you call goods and services and stuff, and then they want to saddle you with interest on money that's not backed up by nothing but the Federal Reserve or the so-called United States of America. I mean, it's just really nonsensical. And anytime they want, you can't do it. They can go out here and chop down a bunch of trees and say we need $2 trillion in order to expand our national debt, and they can just start creating and making paper left and right, print, get some fancy ink, put it on a piece of paper, and they've just created wealth out of thin air. See, this is what Ben Shalom Bernanke means when he says, or Alan Greenspan. This is what they mean when they say we have tools, we have instruments. We can print as much money as you want, United States of America, but we cannot guarantee its purchasing power. That's the reason why you're seeing in this recession that we're in, headed towards a depression, these astronomical, extraordinary prices because of inflation that is taking place. Because you got these cheap dollars chasing these cheap goods and services which your country has sold this country down the tube. There used to be a time that when you had something made in America, like for instance, I'll give you an example. Pastor Dow does not wear Levi jeans. I don't wear it. I have my own personal conviction. I wear diamond gussets, and I think they're based here in Tennessee. And it's an old traditional American blue jean. Now, are there other things? And I'm talking about China, basically. We're supposed to be so much against China. We hate their human rights, the way that they do things. We hate the way they take care of their civil government and authorities. And we hate everything about so-called alleged China But then we do everything we can to bow down their feet. Our presidents and heads of states go over and squabble and guabble, begging the country for some more money, gold and silver, because China, Brazil, what's that country that Hugo Chavez, Venezuela was in, because they ousted him. And you dealing with Iraq, Iran, and then you dealing with the BRICS nations. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. All these people, every one of them, including Germany, the dollar, they see what's going on. They know it's losing its world reserve currency status. That means America's not going to be number one in the world no more. What do? They all invest in gold. And that's something, it's amazing. 6,000-year track record, yet it's still all these nations, and they're even instructing their people to go out and buy gold. But what does the United States of America tell you to do? Go out and expand debt. Go out Black Friday and run over each other and carry on and charge up and keep charging and keep charging. And when you get finished charging, you know what you're going to do? One day you're going to lose your job. You're not going to be able to make ends meet. And that house you've been paying on for the last 25 years, so what? You lose your job. Hey, you deadbeat. You get your butt out there and kick a can down the street or do whatever you can to keep that roof over your head and pay that house note. You only got 5 more years to go. You beg, borrow, rob, steal, do whatever you can, but pay that note. Because if you don't, you just got finished paying a lot of rent for a home that is getting ready to be the bank's. And they still have the land and the home. And you paid all that money to them, and then anytime when the bank forecloses on you, they're in a win-win situation. You are in a lose situation. That's why I keep telling you the paradigm and alternate conscious. You must change your mind and learn how to function. You have to change your mind because it's choices and decisions that you are making today that is going to have an impact on the generation coming behind you. And right now, the future is not looking too bright in the United States of America, the country that is under Satan's authority. And while I'm there, it's amazing how that nobody wants to believe in Yahweh, the creator of the universe. Everybody want to take him on and say, no. But then you look at all these so-called rock stars, rap stars. You look at the country in itself and the architect of it. It's Satanism from one end of the country to the next. And you got Bob Dylan and people who are openly confessing that the reason why that they have success with Rihanna and all them is because they bow down and they are so-called giving their soul to Satan. But yet, there is no God. There's no creator of the universe who actually made Satan. It's nonsensical. I tell you, people have done lost their mind. You should be frustrated with religion. I've been frustrated with religion a long time ago. That's why I got away from it. And that would be my suggestion to you. Well, Pastordowell, ain't you religious? No! I'm religious about sitting in this chair. I like sitting down when I'm eating. I'm very religious when I drink water. I drink water religiously every single day. That's what I do. That's what religion is. You want to define it. But this story is about paper. Keep 6 months operating expenses. That's what you should do. My personal advice, that's what I would do. That's what I do. I follow my own advice. Somewhere that you get your hands on it, and anytime you have a chance to take this worthless piece of trash, what they call currency, and trade it in for something real, do it. For real, do it. I was looking at the funny money, the monopoly money we had the other day come in, these $100 bills, and I gave somebody one, and they said, is this real? Oh, come on, Pastor. See, because they printed that money when Henry Paulson and all them had already passed all these bills and stuff. And when we were in financial dire straits in 2009, they printed all this money, and now it's just now hitting the stage here at the end of 2013-14. Now we're starting to see these bills that we've been seeing on the internet left and right all day long. And you know what? That $100 still can't buy nothing. Still can't buy nothing today. You go to the store, you take a $100 bill, you can only buy about $40 worth of goods and services that you used to be able to purchase for $40 10, 15 years ago, cost you $100 today. Anyway, I hope I said something to stimulate thought. I hope I bring a little bit of clarity for myself and those who want to follow my personal advice in what I do. Because I'm not giving anybody any financial advice. Because I've got to protect myself from all the people. Of course, I ain't got to really to worry about protecting because you know what? They can't go into my bank account. They can't go into they can't go into my so-called work and garnish my check and stuff because I try to do whatever I can to limit access from the Gestapo and the communists and the terrorists from hitting me anywhere that I can. Now, I know that many of us today, we try to make different means and ways to make sure we can minimize the government coming down on us, but you know what? The bottom line is, since it's a lawless system and it's unlawful, If they want to come after you, they will. And they're going to use their wicked system to justify it. And all they got to do is get on Good Morning America, CNN, ABC, CBS, all these other alphabet soup networks. All they got to do is get on there, slander you, defame you, deride you, chide you, paint you out as a terrorist. And 99% of these mind-numb, caught in the matrix Americans will believe every single thing they say. Because you've been the public fool and you've been trained and not educated. Anyway, as you can see, I get past it. Let me get on back here and get to these cabinets before I start saying something. They get my blood pressure up and stuff. I want to try to stay in optimum health so I can live to fight another day. Have a good day.